the war over there, or during the war over there. I grew up here in Albany. This is Juanes. He's 7 years old.
Yeah.
And he has his teeth falling out. Oh. And this is Ziad. He's 9. And that's Abdad.
No!
5. Life in Albany is peaceful. It's a small city. So, I mean, I grew up here. I know it. This is where I couldn't call anywhere else home other than here. My family's here. I went to school here. My husband basically spent his whole adult life here. My husband, he was detained for 3 days before he was able to make any phone calls to a lawyer or to a family member or anything like that. It was basically, he was picked up off the street and just taken away, and that was it. No one knew anything about it.
Since 9/11, the FBI and INS began illegally detaining Arabs, South Asians, Muslims, and Sikhs, rounding up over 1,200 in the first weeks of the crackdown. The government has yet to disclose the detainees' names, where they are being held, and on what charges. Those released report many more Arabs in detention, leading experts to believe unknown thousands are being detained.
It happens with the Chinese Exclusion Act. It happens following on many years after that with the internment camp, putting away 120,000 Japanese Americans just because of their country of origin and their race, even though many of them are actually American citizens. And today, with the Southeastern Muslim Arab Americans, they're under the same kind of destiny. They're going through the same thing. They're being crucified, they're being ostracized, they're being detained, they're being put away for the same reason. That's why I'm here today. That's why I say history is a way to repeat itself.
We feel that when people of Arab and Muslim descent are attacked and their civil rights are violated, that this affects everyone.
What it actually feels like to be part of a community that's being targeted by special registration.
Because these days, if you're a man aged 16 or over from any country that's predominantly Muslim, you're assumed guilty until proven innocent.
When I came into the INS checkpoint, they saw my passport and it says clearly country of origin is Iraq. They asked me to step into a room where the first question that was asked to me by the 2 officers that were in that room was if I was a Muslim or not, and whether or not I was patriotic and to whom I was patriotic. Do I have beef with what, or do I have problems with what the United States is doing to my country? Mistakenly, not realizing that until after I'd been trapped, I said, yes, I do have a problem with what's happening in Iraq. And that was the mistake I made, was thinking that I could actually speak my mind to these folks and that any of my amendment rights counted at this point.
So I didn't really think much of it. I said, okay, they're questioning, that's fine, then, he should be out within a day or 2, because how long can questioning take? And now I found out it was so amazingly horrible that, no one should go through that. He was held in solitary confinement, or as they call it, the special housing unit, where in that particular cell area that they keep you, from what I was told, it's a 6x9 cell, and it has a tiny little window that you can look out from, because you're in there 23 hours a day, sometimes 24. And the window that he had to look outside to see whether it was day or night or the season, if you want to even say, because since he was in there all of fall, all of winter, and all of spring, they painted it on him and apparently to all the other inmates as well, so that they couldn't look outside to see anything. He was videotaped 24 hours a day, so he had absolutely no privacy. The light was shone on him 24 hours a day.
Many detainees have reported that they were mistreated while in custody. This included humiliating body searches, confinement in cold cells without blankets or shoes, and in some cases, being drenched with cold water by guards. As the jails filled, some were taken to detention centers out of state, far from families and attorneys.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, who is it?
Hold on, she finishes.
Hello? Assalamu alaikum. Do they know where they took him? They do? Because usually they don't even tell that. They didn't let him see any lawyer? All right, Masalam. My daughter said that the brother of one of her friends was picked up and by the INS with no charge and then detained. So she didn't know who to call to do something about it, and they weren't letting him see a lawyer. So.
Is this happening a lot?
In the last 2 weeks, yes. I mean, it goes in waves. If the now INS is under Homeland Security, so if they decide to do a sweep, of questioning or detentions, a lot of them do happen here in the D.C. area.
And how do you know they've been picked up?
It's really exactly like in what it used to be like in Argentina, the disappeared. They are the disappeared. They take them. They don't let them speak to anyone. They don't let them get a lawyer. They keep them indefinitely with no charges whatsoever. And people know because they have relatives. They know these people disappeared. So it's very disconcerting.
And I'm sure you can see that we are nearing the Immigration and Naturalization Service door. Hi.
I'm Zach Safter. How you doing?
Nice to meet you. I'm Kathy Holt Springston. Why don't we go right inside and we can talk over the zip here. Tell me about what happened the first time you came here.
The first time I came here, this was on March 20th. I came here because being a citizen of Pakistan, I'm required, to comply with a policy of the U.S. called INS Special Registration. On March 20th, I came actually right to this office of INS. I had consulted with the international student advisor of my university to make sure that from an immigration perspective, things are in order, before I went for registration. And we looked at my case, and basically I had no concerns, coming into the INS Special Registration about potential problems. That certainly didn't turn out to be true, and the special registration turned out to be an enormous surprise for me, in fact a shock. At one stage of the registration process, I was, without fully knowing what the reasons of my arrest were, I was arrested and put in a detention cell right in this building for a couple of hours. Following that, I was transported to a county jail in Stratford, Virginia, for the night. And as we spoke about this, slightly before, I was released on bail from Stratford, Virginia.